Hello and welcome to episode 14 of Marbella with him and her. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray.
And we've joined a new club.
We have joined a new club.
We are 1,000 plus downloads now.
Yeah, that's really good. I think it's good. I don't know. I mean, it's not good compared to celebs.
Some people get that in an hour. But I'm happy. I think for what we're doing and our audience, I think that's great.
Yeah, so it's just under 100 listeners per week at the moment.
And I mean, we're still growing, obviously, and we're still working out the best format and everything, but I think we're doing okay.
Yeah. We've had over 200 on the first week, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, so...
And it keeps growing, because obviously as people, and we get new people that are listening, they tend to go back over our old episodes as well. Yeah. So they're always going up. So
that's good. So thank you so much to everyone who's listened so far. I mean, it's mostly positive comments. I do speak to someone who's saying, sorry, I don't really listen to podcasts. There are a few people out there who don't listen to podcasts.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I didn't for a long time. I was quite late to the bandwagon, I guess. But now I can't imagine not listening to podcasts. I just find them so entertaining. So hopefully once you find us, you enjoy sticking with us.
Yeah, you might not find us entertaining, but there's plenty of other podcasts out there.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So I started the week with a free massage, which was really nice. I'd forgotten about it, hadn't I?
Yes,
the woman arrived.
There was a knock at the door.
Diary. Yeah, there was a knock at the door, and it was the lovely Marta to do my massage. So I won an Instagram competition. It's always worth taking part in these competitions, you know. So I won a massage with Amase, who are a new company that go to people's houses and do beauty treatments. So there was a massage up for grabs, and I won.
Yeah, and you were very happy at the end, weren't you?
Don't say it like that.
What?
As if that's a rude thing.
It's not rude.
Stop it. Yes, it was lovely. It was a really, really wonderful massage. And Marta, the lady who came and did it, was fabulous. She was really, really nice. And she was quite spiritual as well. We had a real connection. We both had feather tattoos on our wrists. And then she pointed out my butterfly tattoo, and I said that it was for my mother who passed away a couple of years ago. And she said, oh, you know, look out for the signs for feathers and things. And just as I was about to speak, there was a white butterfly going round in the back garden. And I said, oh, that is the sign. That's why I got the butterfly tattoo, because when Mum died, I went outside and had a cry, and there was a white butterfly going round. So it was a real sign. It was amazing. She was there, Mum was there, she wanted to be part of it, she wanted a massage.
Exactly.
So I can definitely recommend them, a great company, Marta was lovely, so Amase, we'll put the Instagram details on the notes.
Yeah, please remember that. Everything we talk about, especially if it's other companies or things we've done or places we've been to, we try and include it in the notes along with any Instagram accounts or links. So you can always find information, you just need to either click more information or have a quick look around to see where you can get that, but it's all there in most podcast apps.
Yeah. There were police raids at Ocean Club this week, which seemed a bit dramatic.
Yes, it's all part of a particular thing that the police are going to be doing this summer. I can't actually recall the name of this. I think it's something like Operation Marbella or something like that. But they're going to be going into various places and just looking for criminals. They're looking for organised crime, they're looking for drug dealers. And I'm all for that, of course. But I'm not sure this way of doing it is the best way, because there are people mid-flow. I mean, anybody that knows Ocean Club will know that there's music, there's dancing, and there's an enormous amount of drinking. And when you then incorporate police into that, what you weren't expecting, it can be a little bit of
intimidating
and a sticky situation, because as we all know, when there's lots of drink involved, some people can behave a little bit differently that they would when they're not drinking. And as you said, intimidating. When you're reading this in the papers and you're thinking about coming on holiday somewhere, you don't want to be reading that you could be in a club having a great time and then all of a sudden the music's turned off and the police are searching you and questioning you and trying to find out more about where you are, what you're doing, where you're going, where you've been, all that sort of thing. So, it amazes me. I think we spoke about it last week, some of the things that they do in Marbella and Andalusia in general are almost anti-tourism. And yet the whole area relies on tourism.
Absolutely.
So they do make some very odd decisions. I think after all of that, there was one arrest. And I'm not even sure what the arrest was for. Probably someone getting annoyed because they just stopped their party, I would imagine. But anyway, that's just something. It was a little bit of a bugbear of mine. I wasn't that happy to read that.
No, well, it is. It's not great for tourism, is it? It's bizarre. I mean, I get the point of what they're trying to do. They're trying to catch people out in their element, I assume, assuming that people in a beach club situation like that, there will be lots of drugs. But I'm guessing there wasn't if there was only one arrest.
No,
so
exactly.
Well done to all the revellers who are having a good time without drugs.
Well, they're all champagne people, aren't they? So that's their drug.
Yeah, exactly. There was also an interesting piece that caused a bit of a stink online. You posted it on the San Pedro guide, a photo of San Pedro Beach, where they've started using this, what looks like red mud. It looked like a photograph of Mars.
Yes, I think someone commented saying, is that Mars or is that San Pedro Beach? It is San Pedro Beach. Now, each summer, they replace sand because we lose a lot during the winter when we have the storms. A lot of it gets washed away. So they will always import sand from either the Sahara or other places, and they will then lay it and tractors come out, and in fact tractors are out most days during the summer just to re-level everything. But for some reason, San Pedro has used red sand. When I say San Pedro is part of the Marbella municipality, so I believe it was Marbella that decided this. I think Puerto Banús and Marbella got some nice dusty sand from the Sahara, and we got this red stuff that looks a bit like mud. And as people are a bit worried that when it gets wet, it's just going to stain everything red.
Oh, God, that would be awful.
Yes. I haven't been down and walked on it yet. A friend did and said, well, it feels like sand. So it is sand. I mean, it's not mud. It's just that it looks a bit odd because it's not that golden sandy beach that you're used to. Yeah. It's a red sandy beach. In fact, more like you would get in Tenerife or somewhere, which is volcanic.
Yeah.
I bet that's where they got it from.
We're yet to report on whether it does stain or not. I'm assuming not, because I'm assuming by now people will have tested it and there would have been like massive reports online if there was a real issue with it. So I think it's just the look that's funny as opposed to any long-lasting effects.
Yes, but we will let you know.
Brunch club with my dad. We try and do brunch every Friday. And this Friday, we went to another new place in San Pedro, Max Bistro. I say new for us. It's been there a while. It's all orange coloured sign, orange-coloured chairs. And it's up the pedestrian walkway in the middle on the left-hand side, fairly close to getting up to the church square. And it was delicious. It was packed for a start. It's obviously a popular place for people to go with all different nationalities, we noticed. And another great menu and really good prices. We both had breakfast muffins, so the kind of muffins, I don't mean muffins with chocolate, muffins that you would have like an Eggs Benedict on. Yes,
interesting you should say that. Why are they both called muffins and yet they're very, very different things?
Yeah, I don't know. That's very true.
It's not like one's a savoury and one's a sweet one. They are completely different things.
Yeah. If you went in somewhere and asked for a muffin, you'd probably get a muffin with chocolate chips or kind of thing.
I mean, it's like the Egg McMuffin type of thing.
It's exactly
other muffins
thing.
are available from other stores. But no, it's odd. Sorry, interrupting, but it just occurred to me.
But it's very nice. We had different ones. One of us had fried egg with bacon. The other one had fried egg with smoked salmon and avocado.
So they were healthy muffins?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They were delicious. And I can't remember, €5 something, €6 something. Really, really good price. So yeah, definitely going back to Max Bistro. Loved it there.
See, I miss out on all of this.
I know you say this every week, but we should do brunch one day.
One day.
Today would have been a good day, or yesterday.
But we're very, very busy today.
We're very busy. More on that later. We had a very successful and fun Friday night. We went to a new quiz night at Nova Art Café. What was that noise?
I was going to say, and we won.
Yeah, I'm leading up to that. You've done me punchline.
I was going to say it under my breath, but you can't do that on a podcast, can you?
No, you can't. It doesn't work very well. So this is in Monte Mayor, which is miles away.
Well, it's not.
It's a long and winding road.
It was a winding road, but I was talking about this to your father, and we're saying, it's miles away. It took us about 10 to 15 minutes to get there. And when we used to live in the UK, it would take an hour to get pretty much anywhere. So it's not far. It's just that we're so used to having everything on our doorstep that now anything that's like 10 minutes away is miles away.
Yeah.
So it's not miles away.
It's true. It's not as far as going to like Fengarola or something like that, is it? It's just because
it's
you turn
15
off
minutes max.
Yeah, it's because you turn off the main road and then it's windy till you get there. So it feels like it's in the middle of nowhere.
And it's also that thing when you haven't been there before, it always seems longer. So I bet when we do it next time, it's going to seem much faster.
Yeah. So anyway, we loved it. A beautiful place. I mean, fabulous area. Really nice.
Views were incredible.
Yeah. It was a quiz night organised by Sean and Darren, and Sean runs Cloud9 Spain, which is a real estate company on the Costa del Sol. Really successful. He's done amazingly well. And he is now kind of looking after Monte Mayor. He runs the show, basically.
Yes, he's referred to as Mr Monte Mayor.
Yes, that's what they all said up there. And he did a great job with the quiz. I think he was a little bit sort of slightly apprehensive and embarrassed because he made a point of saying, when I told him that we were coming, he was like, that's great to have you. I hope you don't mind, but I've totally pinched your quiz format. He said it's because it's the best. So we were very familiar with the quiz format, so that was nice.
But very different subjects. So although it was similar
subjects.
format, you wouldn't have known it because it was a completely different subject.
Yeah.
And also he'd introduced a few different picture rounds. So it was similar. I'd say it was a similar format.
Yeah. No, but with the joke around and all that kind of stuff. But it was great. We loved it. Especially Name That Tune. That's like my favourite type of round on a quiz ever.
And I think you only dropped one, and that was
the Taylor Swift Trouble. So I knew it was Trouble, but apparently the song is called If I Knew You Were Trouble.
Yeah.
It's called,
and we
I
said
just
Trouble.
called it Trouble. So apart from that, we got all of them.
And we know that one so well because there's a meme with goats. It's the funniest video.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
And then
and I'm lying on a cold hard ground.
and it's a goat screaming at that point. It's so funny. So look it up. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's one of the best memes ever.
Yes, if you put Taylor Swift Trouble goats. It's very, very funny. And if you've got kids, even funnier because they'll love it. We had a great team and, we won by 4.5 points, I think.
I'm just going to go back to the Taylor Swift thing because there was a girl there that got it. She's the only person that got the title absolutely correct. And she was a young teenage girl. And they said, she's going to see Taylor Swift. And everyone, I noticed Hannah kept very quiet. Being probably double her age. And it's also going to see Taylor Swift.
Yes. I'm very excited going to see Taylor Swift in London in August. So I've already got my Taylor Swift playlist sorted on my phone. So I'm getting into her music and enjoying it, actually. She's done some really good songs.
No, she's
amazing.
versatile.
Yeah, she's very good.
And a billionaire.
Yes. And we discovered one of the best rosés I've ever had in my life. So we wanted to have some wine when we were there. I asked for a wine menu. They didn't have a wine menu. And normally you think, they haven't got a wine menu. There's obviously not going to be very many options. But I was extremely happy.
Well, they said blush, didn't they?
Yes, they said a rosé blush. So we kind of hoped that would be okay.
It's a new word, blush, really, I think, for wine. See, I've drunk rosé for a long time, but I'm very, very particular about my rosé. So I'm really only Côte de Provence because it's a very light, pale rosé.
Exactly. A normal Spanish rosé would be very dark and not to our taste, let's say.
But we wouldn't have called, back in the day, Côte de Provence blush. It was just rosé, but it was Côte de Provence.
Yeah.
Now it's all sort of referred to as blush because it's very, very pale.
But I mean, also, you can get lots of rosé that isn't Côte de Provence, that is a blush rosé.
Yeah,
which
Pinot
is exactly
Grigio or something like
is.
that is particularly a blush, isn't it?
But this was a Spanish one, and I was slightly nervous because they're not always as nice, in my opinion. I feel like I'm saying something really wrong here.
No, you're right, because the rosés in Spain tend to be a bit darker, as you said, and a bit more intense. They're not light and dry. I think that's the thing. You like light, dry rosé.
Yeah. But this was the lightest rosé I'd ever had. It was from Alicante, And
Who
it was
knew?
called...
Alicante, I mean, famous for wine. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
well, it is now. I've already ordered some of this online. Vergel, is that how you'd say it? Vergel? Vergel?
Gel.
Vergel.
I think that would be
is the
Vergel.
name of it. Vergel, that's what I thought. So Vergel, if you want to find it. I had a little look online.
It's only about €5 a bottle,
Yeah, it's
isn't it?
€5 a bottle, literally. Really, really good. Love that. So going back for the wine and the quiz, definitely.
May have to wait a month to order because I think Hannah's just ordered the whole stock.
Yes. Big event in San Pedro over the weekend. It was the 1st of June, which means that Guayaba opened, which is a lot of people's favourite place to go.
Well, we love it.
Throughout the summer, yeah, definitely. We didn't make it, though, because we'd had a long day yesterday and we've got a long day today. So we didn't go, but we had loads of friends we know went down. So looking forward to that. That's on the beachfront. It's a chiringuito.
And it's a real
seasonal.
chiringuito, yeah. It's as a chiringuito should be, which is seasonal. They should close down in the winter and reopen in the summer. And this is very, very popular. They have music playing all the time, very good food, and just a great atmosphere.
Yeah, it's always a great atmosphere though. Nice during the day and lovely in the evening as well. So looking forward to heading down to Guayaba soon. You can just go for drinks or, go for food.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to enjoying the summer in Guayaba.
Yes, but today it is all about Lark in the Park, which is, we've been talking about this the last couple of weeks. Today's the day in Benavis Park. You can come along, enjoy a good picnic, and I'm saying you can come along. This is going to go out after Lark in the Park. People who are coming will be going along and enjoying a good picnic.
Yes.
And entertainment. We will be entertaining people with comedy sketches.
Yes, and I think I might have made a faux pas last week with something I said, so I'm not going to say anything today. Well, I swore.
Yes, I know.
But it was only from the sketch show.
Oh, yes, just saying the words. So we made food for the picnic. Tell them about your food.
I can't wait for lunchtime, to be honest. I'm almost having it for breakfast, and I nearly had it before we went to bed yesterday. But I left some drumsticks marinating in red Thai curry paste, coconut milk, fresh garlic and fresh ginger. And then I took them out of the marinade and I sealed them. So, when you fry and seal them. Then I cooked them very slowly in the oven for about an hour, but on about 150. Meanwhile, yes, I think we should incorporate cooking into this. Meanwhile, I reduced the sauce and added a bit of honey to it so it became quite thick and syrupy. Then when the chicken drums were done in the oven, I then tossed them in flour and deep fried them to give them a bit of crisp, and then poured the sticky gooey sauce over them and let them cool down. And I can't wait to try them. We tried a tiny bit.
Insane.
We did try a tiny bit because it fell off last night, and
Yes.
it has a flavour.
Really
So I've
does.
made red Thai curry drumsticks.
Oh, can't wait. I'm going to make some sandwiches. Going to make some BLTs and some egg and mayo sandwiches. Then
You knock yourself out.
Yes, then I'm also... No, but this is a lot for me. I'm also going to do something really special. I bought some figs, I bought some goat cheese, and I'm going to stuff the figs with goat cheese, wrap them in serrano ham, drizzle some honey, and put them in the oven.
I will report back.
Yeah, it sounds good, doesn't it?
It sounds good.
Oh, stop it. And I bought some freshly homemade pork pies from Miranda's in Atalaya.
Which is Ma Anders.
Ma Anders. Yes, we went there for the opening a few months ago, and it's a deli, and she does really great food, and we've been wanting to go back ever since. And so as we were looking for some kind of party finger food, I saw she's been doing loads on her social media. I congratulated her yesterday. When people are posting a lot on social media, especially hospitality businesses, you can't go every time you see a post, but if you're constantly seeing people post, eventually you'll go, we should go there for, it gets into people's heads, doesn't it?
Well, that's exactly what it
It's
did.
advertising.
And I'm going to have another moan now, because I don't moan much, do I?
No.
So, pork pies. We used to be able to get them in a place called Food Co, which used to be called Iceland. So it's a place where you can get English products.
Yeah.
And they used to do the normal pork pies. And they stopped doing them. And the reason they've stopped doing them is because in the UK, they now print on them, not for resale in the EU.
Oh.
Another wonderful Brexit situation.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Literally, we can't have pork pies because of Brexit. It's just ridiculous.
So instead, go to Miranda's in Atalaya.
And have a freshly made, homemade pork pie.
Yes. So really looking forward to our picnic today. We've got some exciting things coming up. We booked tickets quite a while ago, last year in fact, because we gave a ticket to Dad for Christmas, didn't we?
Wow, was it that long ago?
Yeah, it was. So tickets for Cirque du Soleil, which we're going to next weekend, next Saturday. It's the show called Alegria, which I've been to before.
And I've been to. We've been. Yes,
been
we've both
together.
seen.
I thought so.
How many have we been to now? You've been to more than I have, but we've been to quite a few now, haven't we? It must be at least 6, 7, 8 different types.
Yeah, well, for me, it's over 10 now, I think.
Yeah, when we went to Barcelona, we drove down, or we got a train down a bit further down to Barcelona to see it. We've been up to Alicante, we've been to Murcia.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few in the Royal Albert Hall.
I think we went to Seville. Did we go to Seville to see one as well?
Yeah.
And we've been to lots in Malaga.
We love Cirque du Soleil. It's one of those things that's kind of difficult to explain. It's the best circus that you've ever been to without any animals. There are no animals being exploited for entertainment purposes.
Just humans.
Just humans, yeah. And the stuff that these humans do with their bodies is insane.
But there's always a story and music associated.
Yeah,
so it's
live
always
music.
based around a story.
I cannot praise it enough. If you've got kids, they'll love it. If you haven't got kids and you're just adults, you'll love it. The tickets are quite pricey, but absolutely worth it. It's one of those where it's worth spending a little bit extra so you don't have the cheapest seats, because the cheapest seats are generally behind a pillar somewhere. So it's worth paying a little bit more. I think our tickets were like 89 or something but it's totally, totally worth it. It's amazing.
And they nearly went bankrupt during COVID. So it's good to see them sort of getting back to how they were before.
Yeah, so that's Alegria. So it's already on at the moment because a friend of mine went last night. There might be the opportunity to get tickets. I doubt it, but worth having a look. So if you can't get it this time, get someone on another.
Yeah, well,
occasion.
it moves around on tour, so it might well be going to places like Seville and things.
Yeah, they're all over the place. And last week we talked about Starlight, and since last week I've booked a few tickets. I've bought 2 tickets for Keen.
Yeah,
Dad
I
and
wasn't keen.
No, you weren't keen, but I'm keen, and Dad was keen as well. So Dad and I are going to see Keen in July.
But I am keen on the cause.
Yes, and I got 2 tickets for us to see the Cause
Yay.
the following night. So
I
PJ's
do
very
like
happy
the
about
Cause.
that. Yes, so we're excited. We did get the cheaper tickets on this though, because they're 2 nights in a row. It seemed a bit excessive going to a concert 2 nights in a row, but it just so happened that they're 2 concerts that I at least want to go to. So yeah, we bought the cheaper tickets hoping we're not behind a pillar.
Let's hope not.
Couple of pieces from the Sir in English this week. There was a really interesting article worth taking notes on, showing some of the best rooftop terraces on the Costa del Sol that you must visit this summer.
Now, we like a roof terrace, don't we?
We love a roof terrace, definitely. They've become so popular in recent years. If we're staying somewhere, normally in a city, we like to stay somewhere that has a rooftop pool and bar, because, who doesn't want to do that? You know, it's really nice. If it's nice weather, it's lovely during the day. If you've done a day's kind of sightseeing around the city, then come back to your hotel, have a little swim and a cocktail on the rooftop terrace. I mean, what could be better?
Nothing.
Nothing, quite. So we like doing that. And if we can't stay somewhere that has the rooftop, then we'll just go and find one in the evening, because most of these places, you don't need to be staying in the hotel to enjoy the rooftop bar. And that's the case with all of the ones recommended in this article.
We've been to some of them, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. So it's in sections, the article. So the first part talks about Malaga City, and there was 2 that they mentioned, and we've been to both of them. The 15th floor of the AC Malaga Palacio Hotel. We haven't stayed in this hotel, but we've been to the bar. It's called Attico Bar and Restaurant, and it's got a huge pool actually up there.
Yes.
And the last time we were there was after we saw Cirque du Soleil.
And the time before that was after we'd seen Antonio Banderas.
In a chorus line.
A chorus line, yes.
Yeah. Another one that we've been to where we have stayed on top of the Only You Hotel, which is a gorgeous hotel. Not cheap.
No, amazing hotel though.
Stunning.
Just the attention to detail was incredible.
And on top of there is the Lolita Sky View. It's much smaller.
Lolita's a funny name to give a bar, isn't it?
Yes. It's a tiny little pool and a small bar, but lovely. Really, really nice. With great views over the city. I mean, that's the point of a top floor bar, is that you get amazing
Well, it's got to be
views.
about the views, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no point being on a rooftop and you just staring at another hotel wall.
And there's a section on Marbella, San Pedro and Estepona. One, it mentions in Marbella that we haven't been to, I don't think, but I've seen it's really popular and really lovely. The Bellevue, which is on top of the Amari Beach Hotel. I've seen a lot of Love Islanders getting free holidays at the Amari Beach Hotel.
Very popular and very good restaurants, and I think they also have a beach club as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, it looks like a great place. And the one that it didn't mention, which we've been to many times, is the Benabola Sky Bar, which is in Puerto Banús. That's great.
Oh, the views across the port and to the mountain, the La Concha Mountain, the famous mountain in Marbella. Absolutely amazing. For your videos and for selfies and your Instagram pics, it's a very Instagrammable view.
Definitely. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's the Benabola Sky Bar in Banús. Then it mentions one in San Pedro, because there is only one in San Pedro, Barbula Sky, which is on top of the NH Hotel.
Which it didn't mention.
No, it didn't mention the
strangely.
NH Hotel. It said the terrace for the Barbula restaurant, which it kind of is, but they're not connected at all. They're opposite sides of the road. We went there, was it last summer?
Yes, it was a bit tired last summer.
Yeah, it was a bit tired. It needs a bit of an update.
Yeah,
The pictures look great when you see them online and you get up there and go, oh, is this the same place?
But never mind. We will check it out again this year and we'll report back on it.
Yes, exactly. Hopefully they've smartened it up a bit. And there's another one which we haven't been to, which is in Estepona, which is quite new, only been there the last few years, I think. Rooftop on top of the El Pilar Andalusia Hotel, which is supposed to be stunning, really beautiful views across Estepona. So we need to check that one out.
We could do a rooftop bar crawl.
It would certainly be a crawl taxi from one to the other, more like. We better leave it there. We've been gabbling on long enough and we've got a busy day ahead of us.
You've got to be funny.
All right.
Liven up. Get funny.
You've got to be funny too.
I'm naturally funny.
Wow. Okay, we better go before I slap him. Have a great week. Thank you for listening. You can find us on Instagram at Radio Hannah.
And I'm PJ Lopez 1 Marbella.
Well done.
I remembered.
And please give us a nice review if you don't mind, and give us 5 stars. We really appreciate it. It's great if you can share it as well with your friends and followers, and get more people listening to us if you so wish. Have a good one. It's bye-bye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.
Bye-bye.
Bye.